This is what my mom painted of me.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
I can't tell you how great it feels to see Alex and Drew in our Zoom room and having you on our show. It just seems like every day we connect with our old friends again, and it just feels effing awesome. It's good to see you guys.
We miss y'all. It's good to be back. It's good to see everyone doing so well. You look terrific.
Well, my dad always used to say, it's good to be here. It's actually good to be anywhere. And so, especially with you guys, let's play catch up and let's play some new music and let's have some fun. Okay. First of all, we love High. I'm glad that today's the day we had you on. Of course, it's debut day for all of us. And congratulations on giving us some great music. Talk about it.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, we've been gone for, off social media. We haven't put out any new content for 2 years, and we spent weirdly timed with COVID, huh? Like we took the beginning of, we were like, all right, 2020, we need to like go away and really, refocus. We've been putting out basically a song every 6 weeks for almost 8 years. That's kind of the format that we were releasing music by. And we just were like burnt out, and we're like, we need to refocus. I don't think the music we've been putting out is living up to our potential. And we need to like recalibrate. And so we went to Hawaii and, spent 2 weeks with, some of our music making friends that we're really close with, and, came back from Hawaii with this bundle of songs, which is now the backbone of our album, which will come out soon. And High is the first song off it, which is kind of like the connective tissue to this whole body of work. We can't wait to play for everybody.
Well, and it's here. I was reading something about you guys online. I just saw this a few minutes ago. The Chainsmokers are one of the most popular groups of the last decade, according to this strategic study. Did you guys hear this story?
Strategic study. Our moms did that study.
You can make
No, hold on a second. It sounds like it's very scientific. Now let's read on. They said to calculate each band's position on the chart, they developed an intricate system that calculated popularity based on chart performance, certified album and single sales, monthly Spotify listeners, and Wikipedia page views during the year. And so you were third on the list. Do you care to find out the two that beat you out on the list of most
I know
popular
the two. It's Imagine Dragons and One Direction.
I know.
Wow. That's only because someone else brought this up yesterday. I didn't actually look this up, but I think what helped us is our Wikipedia page. There's like some guy who goes in like every day and just writes the weirdest shit about us, and I think that's what's like helped us accomplish this goal. And he'll just like make up crazy lies and stories and get them on our Wikipedia page. They're not even mean. They're like actually really funny. And that probably is what boosted us to number 3. So shout out to whoever that guy is.
Well, it's good. It's good to know where the music we're about to get, including the single out today, came from. And I know that you guys, like the rest of us, like, okay, it's a pandemic. We have to just hide for a while. But you couldn't hide that long. You had to get right back to work, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, kind of Drew mentioned we went to Hawaii like in the very beginning, like before the pandemic. And then, shortly thereafter it happened. And, it was amazing to have, this mission of finishing and making an amazing album during the pandemic. Cause, we all live within like 5 minutes of our studio, and, we spend a lot of time there, and, you kind of form a tribe amongst your friends, and you kind of keep this like little bubble going. And, we started a number of other things we're really excited about as well. But, yeah, I mean, it was nice to have purpose to do in the time to do this stuff. But I feel like everybody else, you kind of, it forced you to find alternative ways to be creative, and be inspired. It's hard when you're just kind of stuck in your living room for 2 years. What I'm hinting at is mushrooms, obviously.
Love it.
Everyone got that.
Well, that's what Gandhi did. That's how she got all that artwork on the wall behind her. Seriously, she painted all that while floating in outer space in her living room.
I love that.
Great creative space. Yes.
Did you paint those?
I did. Yeah.
My girlfriend started painting too. It's the second you start painting, you realize actually how hard it is to be a great painter. Like, are those oil or acrylic? Like it's hard.
These are acrylic. Thank you for asking. Mixed medium. I use something else in there, but I don't tell people because I just, want to corner that market. But yeah, it's fun.
I'm trying to find this photo that my mom painted of me that is so offensive.
Well, we have a friend named Tattoo Bob. Here, hand me his latest.
Oh my God.
I'm going to get Tattoo Bob to do an original Alex and Drew. See Scary, the guy standing behind me? This is Tattoo Bob's Scary. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Beautiful.
I think Tattoo Bob's awesome. I commissioned paintings from Tattoo Bob.
This is what my mom painted of me.
Different race and a zombie, kind of.
Yeah. Do I have does my eye look like that? Like, do I have...
Well, so mom's on mushrooms too. Fabulous. Yeah. Okay, look, right before plugs were pulled, and of course we love you guys out and on stage behind turntables like your residency in Las Vegas. We'll get that in a second. But to see Chainsmokers on the last day, I mean, it was like military appreciation concert for the players tournament in Jacksonville. Yeah. And so they were afraid that we weren't going to get to see you, but you made it. And that was such an important concert to do. And the fact that you guys were there for the appreciation of our military it spoke volumes about where your hearts are located. Thank God Froggy was there. And thank God you got that last one in. That was so important for everyone.
It's a very emotional show.
That was a great night that night. I remember we were standing there watching it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing crowd and an event, and very emotional, leading up to it. Like, it was an amazing concert to be a part of. And, I'm so glad we had the opportunity just before everything kind of closed down to do that. And, I didn't know that golf tournaments were that lit. Like the crowd was amazing. But we love giving back to our military. I think that's like one of our most important, kind of components of things we like to do with charities and giving back, because those guys give up so much for us, and women give up so much for us. And, it's important to try to find ways to give back to them. So that was just one little thing that we're super glad to do.
I remember being there and watching it all happen. I'm thinking, you know what? If that's the last concert I'm going to see for a couple of years, and you know what? I went out in style. I went out the right way, because that was a hell of a show.
I actually was sick that day. I didn't know. I don't think it was COVID, but I remember just being like, like all the news, you start to hear these things. You're like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, nah, this couldn't be me. And I mean, obviously I'm alive, so it was all good. But that was like the beginning of paranoia, and everything. It was a crazy time.
By the way, just turning us on, Chainsmokers, their new song High is out today. We're going to play that in a second with Alex and Drew. Drew, now that the world is starting to open up, I know you guys love to be in the theater with the energy of the crowd and your fans. Like, other than the residency's going, like, where are we with the residency in Las Vegas? You're at the Wynn?
Yeah, right? We've been at the Wynn counting COVID, this will be our 5th year at XS at Encore Beach Club at the Wynn. We love it there. It's the absolute best. We're there for the next, I think, 2 years after this. So we're like locked in, but we're there 30 times a year now. It's harder to like miss us in Vegas than see a show, to be honest.
Or you're kind of anxious to hop on a plane and go elsewhere? I mean, we'd love to see you. I don't know what the plans are. Is it still too premature? Wait, hold on. Is there a meeting going on back here?
What's happening?
Is it too premature to talk about plans to get out on the road again?
Look, we're trying to get out as quickly as we possibly can. I mean, we really have been trying to go to Europe too, but it's like I think the majority of European countries just put restrictions through April. So that's really tough, kind of cuts that off. I mean, obviously we're still doing the Super Bowl. We'll be at a bunch of Super Bowl parties out in LA. I mean, we're going wherever we can, we're putting out music. We want to be active. We want to see our friends again. We want to see it be in front of as many of our fans as we possibly can. So, we have like more like proper touring plans through the summer and the spring and the fall. But I mean, it's tough to plan anything. I mean, you're looking at all these other artists that are canceling things kind of before springtime. It's really tough.
Well, let's just hope that's going to end soon. Because I tell you, like I said at the beginning of this conversation, just the little we're getting of you today is making me happy. We're all excited to have you on with us. Daniel, what are you guys doing?
Oh my God. Well, here's the thing. I haven't said anything into the microphone, really. I've just made comments. But for the whole time, haven't been talking into the microphone, guys. So used to doing on Zoom. But I've been talking like this.
We think we're having technical problems back here because can't hear Danielle, but it turns out you're talking off of your mic.
You know how mics work.
It took the whole interview for anyone one's gonna realize this.
All right, well,
it's funny the things you just get like new tech gets used to. Like we were in New York the other week shooting a video, and I like took a yellow cab to my apartment, and I just like got out and went inside and like didn't pay. You know what I mean? Didn't pay. And I was like, gets out and yells at me, and I was like, oh my God, it's not an Uber. You know what I mean? Like you're so programmed.
Alex is with me. Alex is with me.
I don't know. I'm surprised we've all survived this. Screw it. Look, guys, it's so great having you here. To see you in person is going to be even better. High out today, of course. What's on my list? Where else are we going to see? The Residency at the Wynn. You got to go check that out. There's more room if you want one over at the Caesar's Palace as well. I just heard that. And what? Yeah, when are you going to perform High next?
We actually have a surprise this weekend. I can't give much more information than that at this point, but something really big this weekend.
Oh.
Why do you do that? Why are you teasing me like that?
I'm like legally bound. We got this like long email. First of all, we haven't done interviews in like 2 years, and we're never good at them to begin with. So we got this like long email yesterday of like do's and don'ts, from our manager, and it was just like the list of don'ts was like infinitely longer than the list of do, like what we're allowed to speak.
Yeah, but Alex, if you tell me, no one will hear because I apparently don't.
Let Danielle know. No microphone was present.
Yeah. So but yeah, we're stoked to play this song. I mean, like that's the best feeling, honestly. Like you spend 2 years, listening to this song in privacy or just with like friends and getting feedback, and then like getting to play it out for the first time. Like you learn so much from that moment, and it gives you, it really like gives you the life that you have been seeking out during the whole producing process. So I cannot wait to see how this goes, and hopefully it gives us signs. I mean, every song we played that it ended up being great, like the first time you played it is super weird always too. So it's like I remember playing Roses in Denver, and we're like, that was interesting. We're like, it wasn't bad, but I wouldn't say it was amazing either. And it's a fun process introducing music into the world.
Well, in this day and age, when you have a new release, especially from the Chainsmokers, it's more than just a song being released. I mean, it's reminding us like how much fun we used to have with the music several years ago. Now it's a good feeling, and having you guys here today is just awesome. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate your time. Thanks. As always.
We're happy to be back.
Let's play it. It's High, the Chainsmokers.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.